Well, I found myself another deal that was just too good to pass up. The other day I found myself down at the old Home Depot and I was cruising through the aisles looking at tools and stuff. I was there to pick up a couple things for a project I was working on, and of course you gotta like go see the clearance section and check out what else is going on. And I came across this bad boy. Rigid Oscillating Edge Belt Spindle Sander. There's two different versions of this one. I've never used this one specifically, but there's another one that pretty much every shop I've ever worked at has had. This one I found on sale. I think originally this thing retails for about 250 bucks, but it was on some sort of like super clearance. Online it was listed at $130 or $139, and then it was down to $129, I think is what I paid for it. I just felt like that was too good of a deal to pass on, and even if this thing's like kind of only okay for 120 bucks, I thought we got to try this thing. If you guys remember before, I managed to find another rigid deal that was really great. We picked up a miter saw about a year ago for like 250 bucks or something, if I remember. It might have even been cheaper. I think that they have discontinued that one, and I assume this is a similar situation where they're discontinuing this item and that's causing them to put it on clearance. I don't know if this was just my store or a bunch of stores are having this. It was about a week and a half ago, so it's hard to say if they'll still have it. If I can find it online, I'll put some links to it down below. You've got all your standard instruction manuals that we're not gonna read, washers and parts. Those washers are rusty. It comes with a full set of the abrasives on the spindles already, which is super nice. I will definitely be picking up different grits for it though. There's also the large belt attachment part. It's not very big, but for cleaning up edges and joints on stuff, should be quite nice. So it has an adjustable cast, it feels like cast aluminum, but some sort of a metal base. This one, you can adjust it, so if you want to hit something at a specific angle, you can. There's storage down below here for all of the different attachments. I'll get all that put in here and then I'll show you exactly what all this looks like. Those bags smell like Harbor Freights. I'm really liking this little storage compartment. All these slots are labeled with the different sizes that correspond to the different spindles. So there's an insert that goes in it if you're in spindle mode. So this unscrews, it's reverse threaded, which must help with the way that the tool spins. That drops in. Oh, reverse threads are always confusing to me at first. Loosey righty, lefty tighty. There's a spot in the back here where you can put this spindle or the edge sander attachment when not in use, so that you can keep it all nice and tidy. There's even a cord wrap on it. That's kind of convenient. Yeah, look at that. And it has a dust chute in the back, which eventually I'll hook up to a shop vac, or once I get the dust collector, which I'm working on back there, once I get that all piped in. Say you have the end of a piece of wood like this and you wanted to put a curved radius on it, what you can do, and this is gonna make a huge dust mess because I don't have dust collection set up, but you can make sure that you have the right little insert so that it's fully connected, but you can turn this thing on and grind away, add a shape. And very quickly put a curved end piece on it. This also works great if we go ahead and pop this thing out. Oh, we've already made such a mess. Loosen this thing by righty loosen. Lose all the parts on the floor in the process, put everything back so we don't lose it. Adjust this edge stopper into position, tighten it down, and then we can pull out the back, reach out in the back here. This thing is the edge belt sander. It's got a pretty aggressive grit on it. Crank this thing down. This has a tensioner and a trim adjustment, I think it's called. Basically, you can adjust the relationship between the two rollers to make it track straight. But now that it's in this mode, you can turn it back on. Also, if I want to do a outside radius of a curve, I can use this same piece and I could freehand a curve to a line or just by eye. Very quickly, I'm able to make a custom shape. I haven't really got to use it yet, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I just did a couple of little test things with this scrap piece here just to show you guys how it works. Like I said, this thing was like 130 bucks. I thought it was too good of a deal to pass up. The only problem is now I don't really know where I'm gonna put this thing. The shop is an absolute disaster at the moment, and I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day trying to clean up. As you can see behind me, there's a half-done dust collection closet that I need to get around to finishing, and half-done projects everywhere. If you guys pick this one up, have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, leave it down below, and tune in next time where hopefully I'll have a better solution on where to put this thing.